That's right, Chris Landry, LandryFootball.com. Go check out all his stuff. Of course, he's got all the scouting reports. And every week we scout, of course, that next opponent coming up, the Florida Gators. Boy, it's always a tough trip. You got that return trip. Of course, you have to go 2 years in a row, unfortunately, to the Swamp because, of course, the whole hurricane debacle. But let's talk broad strokes. Florida, what do they present, and what have you seen, by the way, that's been a little bit different under Dan Mullen?
Well, it has been different. I think, it's a work in progress because as each week you see a little bit different things on tape, but you see the impact that Dan's having on the program, particularly, for example, at the quarterback position where I think there's some physical limitations to a guy like Felipe Franks, but he's doing a pretty good job with them. The offensive line's not very good. They've struggled, but they've kind of worked around that as best they can going forward. Defensively, there's still some talent. Missed some guys in the early part of the season, but you see them being a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. I think Dan's going to do a good job coaching there. Being that LSU has them on the schedule every year, it's going to be interesting because this has been an underachieving program. And I think from a coaching standpoint, from a player development standpoint, and a strategical standpoint, they're in great shape with Dan Mullen. The key, though, is for him and for the Florida program is can they recruit to the level of Georgia? Because if they don't, then they're going to be looking up at Georgia because Georgia's got both ends of it. Dan has always done a good job at Mississippi State recruiting, finding the right type of guys that fit his system, and having a developmental program. Well, Florida's not a developmental program. It's a recruit at an elite level and get the most out of it. So it's basically an unknown, but at this point, he doesn't have that overranging talent that can allow him to do all the things and have all the components in his offense and defense. But they're still very dangerous on a week-in, week-out basis, no doubt.
This may be the spot to have a road game there in Gainesville to catch the Gators, of course, with a good road win when maybe they don't have everything installed just like they would like.
Well, here's the thing I look at. When I look at Florida's offensive line, I see a problem. I see some issues there. So you go up against a Mississippi State in that defensive front. How do you come out of that game and then playing another good defensive front? That's going to be the key. How well they're able to hold up, that is their distinct disadvantage there. How they're able to hold up there is going to determine their success level coming out of these games and into the rest of their season.
Now the key to the game, how well I'm going to hold up, 2:30 p.m. in the Swamp. It gets swamped. It gets hot out there.
Listen, we played there one time, a long time ago when I was on staff at LSU, that it was on turf at the time. And it was so hot, it was an earlier game, and literally the shoes melted because it was like 140 on the field heat. So it'll be bad, and watch out for the flying objects out of the stadium.
Still hot there in Gainesville. By the way, Chris Landry, LandryFootball.com. Go check out all his stuff. Of course, he's doing plenty of work for us right here at your Louisiana Go Nation.